Hi guys, how you doing today? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. If I haven't heard from you, send me a line and let me know how you're doing. So today, one of my friends and a regular practicer of yoga asked me a really good question last week. She asked why it is that so many teachers do so many downward facing dogs during a class. And that's a really great question. And I think, well, every teacher will probably have their own response. But I think sometimes we as teachers get stuck in a rut, just like we do in life. Sometimes we get a little lazy. You know, we're working hard. Sometimes, you know, we just kind of lose that creativity. And sometimes I think it's just kind of how we've been programmed. We've been taught that that's one of the biggest thing we're supposed to do during a class to get that stretch. But I guess as I've learned, there's always alternative ways of doing something. So today let's just kind of look at a couple of different ways. So let's just kind of check in with that right now. So there's tons of possibilities. So one possibility is simply coming to your back, legs up in the air, arms up in the air. So that could be your downward facing dog. You're looking for a stretch here. Arms overhead a little bit more. Then you can always bring one foot down. It's kind of like your puppy dog. And up, down, and up. And then of course, just bringing your knees into your chest. Because we're just looking really for that stretch, your spine through your legs. Then also, we could bring our legs out. Bring our feet back, hands back a little bit. Be downward facing dog. Another one is, I mean, you can always, cat-cow really is a lot like downward facing dog. It's getting that stretch through your spine. And you can always add in just taking a leg back, another leg back. And then you can always come down so your arms, you're in puppy dog pose, now your spine's up in the air. And you can press back a little bit if you want. Come forward. You can always take a foot back and get a little bit more of a stretch here if you want. So those are just a few alternatives. I'm sure you can think of maybe a whole lot more than what I've thought of. And just coming into child's pose. That's just like going into downward facing dog, just not as strenuous. So we're going through today. I'll give you an option. So it really is about tuning into yourself today. Maybe you've been in a class where your teacher has done one too many downward facing dogs and you're just like, you know what, I don't want to do another one, so I'm going to be kind to myself and go into child's pose or whatever it is at that moment. So just going to pay attention to that and explore it. I'm not going to sneeze. Excuse me. So just really paying attention to yourself, letting those creativity juices flow. So a friend asking me a question was enough to say, you know, let's get a little bit creative here, get me out of my rut, try something a little bit different. So we'll get started today. So just take a moment here, move a little bit on your sits bone. So I just want you to take a moment here, take a breath. As you're taking that breath, just kind of scan from head to toe with no judgment. Notice your mind today, notice your body today, just notice, pure notice. You can close your eyes if you'd like. So anywhere maybe you feel a little bit tension, like for me right now it's my jaw, my right side. So anywhere that you feel a little bit of tension, just move into that space. Your body knows. So just take a moment here. So if we're patient with ourselves and kind of listen to that gut, listen to our body, it's always going to tell us what it needs, what it wants. It may not make sense to us. Kind of like sometimes we go for a massage and sometimes I don't know how sore I am until I've gone for a massage. So sometimes we don't know maybe where we feel tight or where we feel really loose until we start to do a little bit of movement. So once you've gotten yourself comfortable here, let's just take a moment. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Take a breath in. And just exhale, let everything go. This time as you inhale, we're going to bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, bring them down. Next inhale, we're going to bring your hands up overhead. We'll stretch up long overhead. Stretching up through your fingertips, stretch up through your spine. Palms together as you exhale, your hands through the heart center. Bowing in honor of yourself today, in honor of each other. And in your mind, silently repeating after me. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be so full of love for myself. That it naturally overflows to the world. May I be at peace in this moment. In this moment. In this moment. You can gently start to make your way into a posture that's most comfortable for you as we start with a short guided meditation and followed by some moments of quiet time for you just to recharge, take care of yourself. So taking a few moments here as you listen to your body. What does your body want right now, and what will help it to feel its most relaxed and comfortable? So when your body feels relaxed and comfortable, your mind can start to follow. Otherwise, we're just kind of making it harder on ourselves. We're like trying to push ourselves through, trying to force ourselves into something. And that's not what we're looking for right now. We're looking for you to make yourself as comfortable as possible. If you want to grab blankets, whatever it is that you need for yourself. And as you're settling in, notice your breath as you breathe in. Exhale, breathing out. Just taking a moment here as you notice the ground beneath you. So just noticing the ground so that you know that you're completely 100% supported right now. So you can just let your body kind of relax into the ground. See if you can find one sound that you can hear where you are right now. Maybe it's a fan blowing, maybe it's the dog barking, cat meowing, traffic going by, whatever it is. Draw your attention there. And see if you can start to maybe notice the sound as just a rhythm that you can just allow your mind to kind of let go of, move into the rhythm of the sound. And then let that awareness gently start to melt away. Allowing yourself to completely relax in this moment, enjoying the next few moments of quiet time for yourself today. awareness back to your breath. Gently bring your awareness back to your body as you start to make some small movements. The breath becoming a little deeper, maybe you take a yawn. If you're in seated or in child's, we'll slowly start to make our way down to our back. So just nice slow movements. If you're coming out of this, take a moment, take a stretch maybe. And then slowly, as you're ready, start to make your way down towards your back. And once you're down there, make any adjustments that you'd like to make. Take a nice long stretch. Just fully enjoy the stretch. And we'll start to draw your knees into your chest. You can roll back and forth here on your spine if that's comfortable today. If you like to make these movements a little bit bigger, you can start to move through your knees a little bit, pedal out through your feet. Just let the joints pop and crack if you're like me. And one more time, draw your knees in. And we'll bring your feet down to the ground. We're just going to roll your way onto your right side. Just remain there for a few moments. Take a breath here. Gently make your way to your back. Draw your knees in. Bring your feet down to the ground. Make your way to your left side for a moment, taking a breath. Your way back to your back. One more time, draw your knees into your chest. Let's bring both feet up toward the ceiling, your fingertips up toward your toes, stretching. We're going to keep the left leg up, draw the right knee in. Bring the right foot up, drawing the left knee in. Drawing the left foot up one more time, stretch up. Exhale as you draw your knees to your chest. We keep the right knee in, so we bring the left foot down. Using your right fingertips, gently draw your right knee out toward the right. I'm going to bring the right knee back in. I'm going to bring the left leg long toward the ground, drawing that right knee in just a little bit more. Draw the left knee in, bring the right foot down. Using the left fingertips, gently draw the left knee out toward the left. Draw the left knee in. Draw the right leg long toward the ground. Draw the right knee in. Let's bring both feet down to the ground. Your knees can be bent here. So I'm going to bring the right ankle over the left knee here. You can remain here if you'd like. If you'd like to make these movements a little bigger today, a little bit more of a stretch, start to draw that left knee in. And your hands can be interlocked behind the back of your leg. You can use that right elbow if you'd like. Left knee can be bent, or that left foot up toward the ceiling. So just notice what your body would like today. Giving yourself that gift. Let's do 2 more breaths. One more breath. As you Exhale, releasing your fingers. We'll bring both feet down to the ground. Make any adjustments. We'll bring the left ankle over the right knee. Again, you can remain here or draw the right knee in. Noticing how your body feels in the stretch. Noticing as your breath changes, just notice. Take 2 more breaths. One more. As you exhale, releasing your fingers, we'll bring both feet down to the ground. And just gently take your knees over toward the right, to the center, and to the left. So that one more time, stay there just a moment longer to the right. Inhaling your knees up, exhale them to the left. Inhale as you draw your knees, standing and draw your knees into your chest. So let's bring your feet up. We'll do our first downward facing dog here. Hands up overhead, stretch up. And then bring your fingers up towards your toes. Exhale your hands back. 2 more times, inhale up. Exhale, hands down. 1 more time as we inhale up. Exhale as you draw your knees to your chest. You can roll back and forth here in your spine if it's comfortable. Here, we'll start to make our way to seated, so gently rolling to your side or rock straight forward. So make any adjustments that you'd like to make seated. Just notice coming into the seated posture that's most comfortable for you today. Let's inhale, we'll bring our shoulders up toward our ears. Exhale, letting your shoulders float down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time as you inhale, draw everything in, clench from head to toe. Exhale, let it all go. And bring your fingertips down to the ground. And we're just going to start to walk your left fingertips over toward the right fingertips and take a twist here. Exhale, come back to the center. Right hand starting to come across, left hand back. Exhale, coming back to center. We're going to bring our hands back behind us. Open up through your heart center. Chin either down to your chest, up toward the ceiling, or gaze out in front of you. Exhale that out. Bring both fingertips down to the ground beside you. Inhale as we draw the right hand up overhead. You can walk your left fingertips out here if you like. Inhale, start to draw the hand up. Exhale it down. Inhale left. Again, you can walk your right fingertips out if you like. Inhale, exhale out. Let's bring our feet out in front of us. First, just let your knees kind of flop open. Let's bring your feet in so your knees are bent here. So we're going to inhale, bring our hands up, just lean back just a tiny bit. So this could be your downward facing dog here as you stretch. Exhale, come, bring your hands forward, stretching forward. Exhale, coming back to your neutral spine. We'll bring both hands over to the right, gaze over your right shoulder. Come back to the center and gently unwind as you take it to the left. Coming back to the center. So you're going to bring your feet down. Then I'm going to bring the right ankle back over the left. So we're going to continue to bring that knee up so your knee is standing now. Let's bring the left arm around. Right fingertips behind. We're going to take one more twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Exhale as you come back to the center. You're going to bring that right arm around, left fingertips behind. Exhale as you come back to center. Let's bring that foot down, bring in the left knee. First bring that left ankle over, and then just continue to draw that left knee up. Right arm around, left fingertips behind as you gaze over your left shoulder. Exhale, back to the center. We'll take that over to the other side. Exhale, bringing that back to the center, bringing that foot out. Knees are a little bit soft here. Inhale as you stretch up. So you can lean back. One more time, downward facing dog. Exhale, then coming forward. Allowing your hands to fall where they can naturally fall. Your gaze down towards your belly button. Your knees are remaining a little bit soft here. As you continue to breathe. I'm going to take just a couple more breaths here. So if you notice while you're in this forward fold, you can feel a stretch maybe through the backs of your legs. You might feel a little bit through your lower spine, just depending on how far you're taking this. So you could consider this also a downward facing dog, so we're getting that stretch here. Inhale your gaze towards your toes. Gently walk your fingertips back. Come back into seated. Find a seated posture that's most comfortable for you. So you exhale your chin down toward your chest. Inhale your gaze toward the ceiling. Exhale your chin toward your chest. Inhale up. One more time as we exhale and inhale. Exhale as you bring your chin down toward your chest. Rolling your right ear over towards your right shoulder. To the center and left. Back to the center. We'll continue that there for 2 more times, or make this a little bit bigger as you go into some gentle neck rolls. Notice the stretch. Notice your breath. Notice your thoughts as they flow from one to the next. Just take a couple of more moments here. Enjoying the stretch. One more breath. Gently bring your gaze toward neutral. And bring your right ear down towards your right shoulder. So let your shoulders soften. Notice maybe you feel any tension in your jaw. Just notice. Inhale as you're burying your chin up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Taking gaze over your right shoulder. To the center and your left. Come back to the center. Inhale as you stretch up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. So let's bring your hands just down to your thighs for one moment. So we're going to do a cat-cow here. We're going to take our gaze down toward our belly button. Your spine's going to go back toward the ceiling. So if you think about this, as you inhale, we're going to open up, gaze toward the ceiling. This could be downward facing dog because we're getting that stretch. Let's do that one more time. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale your gaze back to neutral. Let's bring both hands over to the right. Gaze over your right shoulder. Come back to the center. I'll take that over to the left. Back to the center, and we'll start to make our way over into tables, just nice slow movements as you start to come to hands, your knees. Just make any movements as you come up, so take your spine around, so your body's going to know what it wants to do, so just move into that for a few moments. The neck is soft. And then we'll start to find your alignment here. So it might be that you feel best if your hands are in alignment with your shoulders, knees with your hips. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, make any changes you'd like to make. And then from there, let's come down to our elbows. So elbows now can still remain under your shoulders if you like. So we're just going to take our hips and press them back toward the back wall. Get a nice stretch here. Inhale as you come back to your neutral spine. And come back to your hands. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to take your hips out toward the right. To the center and left. So let's do that 2 more times. To the right. Center, left. One more time. Right. Center and left. Coming back to neutral spine, and just take your hands. We're going to take your spine up toward the ceiling. So stretch up. Inhale, come. Gaze up toward the ceiling. Going into our cat-cows. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale. And inhale. One more time, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Come back to your neutral spine, move through your neck here, so make sure your neck is staying nice and soft. And let's come down to your elbows one more time. Bring the right foot back behind you. Remember, if anything causes you pain or discomfort, immediately stop. Back out of it. If you know something's going to hurt you, you're free to modify, free to stop. And then we're going to make sure that we're in alignment here. So bring your hips back over your knee here. Then we bring your right foot up off the floor. And then bring that foot up toward the ceiling. So pedal out through that foot. So this could be like your puppy dog here coming into your downward facing dog. And let's bring that knee down. And let's take it through to the other side. Left foot back. And then Let's bring that foot up. And bring that foot up toward the ceiling. Pedal out through your foot. And we're going to bring that knee down. So then we're going to start to bring your knees out to the wider part of your mat here and just press back to a wide-legged child's pose. So you can have your hands out in front here if you'd like. That could be like your downward-facing dog if you'd like. If you want to make this a little bit more relaxed, just bring your hands down beside you. And then let's bring your gaze back out in front of you. And come back to your hands and knees, walk your knees in. Today we're going to tuck our toes, but we're just going to start to walk our hands back toward our knees, and then slowly start to come to our feet, and very slowly start to make your way towards standing. So once you're up here, start to make any movements that you'd like to make. So take a moment here, smooth through those ankles a little bit. Both sides. And then planting your feet down, let's bring that right hand up overhead, stretch up. Exhale that down to the left. Exhaling as you bring that down, bring your hands out in front of you, stretch out, spine back toward the back wall. Inhale up. Exhaling as you bring your hands down, then bring your hands through to heart center. So take a moment here as you notice the ground beneath you. Notice how your body feels today. Your knees can be a little bit soft here. Make some movements. Let your neck be soft, your shoulders a little soft here. Maybe take a yawn if it comes to your breath. Then on your next inhale, we're going to bring our hands up overhead, stretching up. Exhale, folding forward into your forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, the gaze is in front of you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you make your way to standing, stretching. Exhale through to heart center. Bringing the right hand down, left hand up. Exhale, right hand up, left hand down. Exhale, bring that down, right hand up overhead, stretching over. Exhaling down, inhaling other side. Inhaling, coming back, hands back to heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale as you float down, coming into forward fold. And once you're down, just let your feet go wide to your mat if you like. Let yourself hang down here, ragdoll down. And let's walk our feet back into alignment. Inhale as you come to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you come to your hands overhead. Exhaling through to heart center. So let's add a little bit to that here. So we're going to go into a modified full sun salutation. Inhaling up. Exhale as you fold down. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, we're going to bring your hands down to the ground, bend through your knees, but we're just going to bring your knees down to the ground, come into your table. So let's stretch that right foot back behind you, feet on the ground. Come back to your neutral spine, left foot back behind you. Coming back to your table, walking your palms out about a palm length in front of you. Grounding down through your hands as you let your hips start to come down, coming into Cobra. Exhale as you tuck your hips back, come into Child's Pose. Inhale as you bring your gaze towards your hands. Let's walk your hands out a little bit, so we're going to get a little bit of a stretch. So maybe you can think of this as your modified downward facing dog today. Coming back to your table as you walk your hands back underneath you. From here, we're going to continue to walk our hands back. Come to seated just for a moment. So take a moment here, just kind of reflect on maybe just, we thought maybe a different way, a couple of different ways about downward facing dog. So it's kind of a way that you can kind of take that into your life. So maybe you're thinking only one way about something that you're doing. Think of it creatively in a different way. Let's bring our hands to heart center, bowing your head and honor yourself today. Here, let's turn, let's come back into table, and so I'm going to give you a choice here. You can either come into your full downward facing dog at this moment, or if you just want, take a couple of stretches here, kind of play around with it here for a moment. So you decide what you want your downward facing dog to be, and we'll do that just for a few breaths here. As you start to take your next breath, we're going to come to standing. So you come to that either way. If you're in downward facing dog, you can either jump your feet in between your hands, or maybe you want to walk your hands back to your feet. If you're in table, you can just walk your hands back. So either way, coming into standing. We'll come toward the front of our mat. So if you have a block, just place that here beside you. Finding your alignment here as we inhale up. Exhale through to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, we're going to pivot over to your right. Exhale down to the right. Fingertips to the center. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to standing, hands overhead. We're going to pivot over to the left. Exhale down to your left. Coming back to the center. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. So bring your hands up. Exhale through to heart center. So we're going to plant that left foot down. Step back with the right. So that left knee is over that left ankle. So we want your hips toward the front of the room. Sometimes you want your toe forward for this. Maybe you want your foot a little pivoted. So you decide. So your hands can come to heart center. If you want it a little bit more of a stretch today, bring your hands up overhead. So bring your chin down, let your shoulders relax. If your jaw feels tense, move through your jaw a little bit. Notice your shoulders, notice your neck. Taking a breath. Palms together, exhale through to heart center. And we're going to start to straighten out through that front knee. And we're going to start to pivot out through the back foot. So you can bring this in a little bit if you need to. We're going to come into triangle, but you can make this as big or as little as what you want. So you can start by bringing left hand down, right hand up. If you want to make that a little bit bigger, you can bring that down. If you want to, you can use that block as an extension of your hand. Inhale as you come up. Bring that into your warrior two, so bending through that front knee. Gaze out over your front fingertips. Remember your knee is in alignment with your front ankle. One more breath. Using your inhale to help you step forward. Moving through that. This time we're going to stay planted with that right foot. Step back with the left. Knees in alignment here. Hips toward the front. Inhaling up. Notice any areas of tension. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to take one more breath. Now we're going to start to straighten out through that front knee, same time pivot out. Find your alignment here. Remember, this can be as little, as ease as you want. Just bring that hand down if you want. You can bring it down a little bit further if you like. And we're going to start to come up, make our way into our warrior two. That knee, it's coming out toward your little toe a little bit here, protect that knee. Your next inhale, using that to help you step forward. Finding your alignment. Hands to heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale through the heart center as you continue to roll down. Let yourself hang down here for a couple of breaths. As you take your next inhale, let's bring your gaze out in front of you, come to a flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to your plank or into your table. Rolling your elbows in, drawing them in as you exhale down. Inhale up. Tuck your toes. You can stretch here, downward facing dog, or just come into your child's pose. If you're downward facing dog, just take a few moments here, take a few breaths, and as you're ready, come into your child's pose. So let's take a couple of more breaths here. If you're not in child's pose, so go ahead and make your way down. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale, your gaze out in front of you. Walk your fingertips back. Come to seated. We're going to bring our feet out in front of us. I'm going to bring the right ankle over the left knee. So we want that ankle hanging over so you're not jutting that foot in toward yourself so you're hurting your leg here. So if you want, you can stay here, get a little bit of a hip stretch. You can come into it into a forward fold if you like. If you want to make this a little bit more intense, walk that left foot in. Right hands can come back behind you. Roll your shoulders in together. So the more you bring this in, a little bit more intense it's going to get. So your chin can be down towards your chest, out in front of you, your gaze up toward the ceiling. Let's take a couple of more breaths here. One more breath. As you exhale, bring your gaze out in front of you, release from your shoulders. Walk that foot down, bring the right knee up, left arm around, right fingertips behind, gaze over your right shoulder. Exhale as you come back to the center. Bring the right foot down, let's bring the left ankle over the right knee. So again, your options are the same. You can come into the forward fold if you want a little bit more of a stretch here through the back of your leg today. If you want a little bit more of a hip stretch, bring that right foot in. So noticing where you feel the stretch today and where you would like your gaze to be. Open up through your heart center. It's comfortable for you. Just a couple of more breaths. Exhale your chin back to neutral. Release from your shoulders. Gently walk the right foot down. Bring the left knee up. Right arm around. Left fingertips behind. Gaze over your left shoulder. Exhale as you start to come back to the center. Bring your foot out. And bring the soles of your feet together. So this will come into our down angle, Baddha Konasana, so your feet can be in as close as what you'd like or as far apart as you'd like today. So first let's just start by inhale, come to a nice straight spine. And as you exhale, just let yourself fold forward into this. If that's not comfortable for you today, you can just remain up. You can always use your elbows to draw out your knees a little bit more. A little more breaths here. Your next inhale, gently bring your gaze toward your toes. Coming up, draw your knees together and windshield wiper them back and forth. Stretching up. And from here, we'll start to make our way down toward our back. So nice jaw movements. As you come down, you can draw your knees into your chest and roll back and forth on your spine if it's comfortable. Keeping your knees bent, we'll bring your feet down to the ground, drawing your knees in and close to your sits bones as you can comfortably get them. Feet about hip width apart, as long as that's comfortable for you. Ground down through your feet. Chin's going to start to come down toward your chest as we start to come into bridge. Hips up toward the ceiling. Stretching your spine up as far as what's comfortable. Hands can be interlocked underneath you. You can always use a block of your hands underneath to support if you'd like, if you don't want as big of a back stretch today. Continue to breathe. Take just a couple more breaths here. Take your next exhale, hips gently down toward the ground. Draw your knees to your chest. Your feet down to the ground. Knees gently fall toward the right, your gaze toward the left. Inhale your gaze toward the ceiling, drawing your knees up. Exhale your knees toward the left, your gaze toward the right. Inhale as you draw your gaze toward the ceiling, drawing your knees up. Drawing your knees into your chest. Roll back and forth here in your spine. It's comfortable for you. We'll start to settle in for your Shavasana, so coming into the posture that's most comfortable for you. For the next few moments, for you just to relax, enjoy, letting yourself completely relax as much as possible today. very gently, start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Gently bring your awareness back to your body as you start to make some small movements through your fingers and your toes. Breath becoming a little deeper. Movements a little bigger. As you take a nice long stretch overhead, maybe a yawn. Gently drawing your knees into your chest. Taking a moment of gratitude to yourself. Practice today. Gently making your way to your left side. You remain there for just a moment more. There are days I drop words of comfort on myself, like falling leaves, and remember that is enough to be taken care of by myself. By Brian Andreas. Take a moment here as you take breath, enjoying it completely as you draw the breath in. Exhale it out. Gently floating your way to seated as you bring your hands through to heart center. Grateful to each and every one of you for being here with me today. I'm grateful for your love, for your kindness. May you be kind to yourself. May you accept yourself just as you are. And may you be so full of love for yourself that it naturally overflows to the world. I bow to you and I say to you, Namaste. Thanks for being here with me today. See you next time.